The red-faced store manager ran after me as I scrambled out of the alley and down the street. Fear and adrenaline mixed in me as I ran, turning down the streets of Newbury. It was risky to go dumpster diving, but money had been in short supply, and the food pantry was accepting fewer and fewer people thanks to fewer resources. Things were supposed to get better since the local biker gang, the Demons, were decimated and chased out, but they only got worse. It was like the entire town had its soul ripped out. It was a rotten, festering soul that did more harm than good. But at least there was a little more money in the local economy with the Demons holding their headquarters here. Law enforcement were happy to look the other way, especially when their salaries were supplemented by the Demons' leader, Cobra. But not anymore. They were pissed and happy to take out their anger on anyone who got in their way. I made sure to stay out of their way. I went back to my home, if you could call it that. I was squatting in the ruins of the Demons' old headquarters. It was a huge warehouse that, for the most part, still stood intact. A rival motorcycle club blew half the building to bits by tossing some fireworks and a vat of chemicals in the drug mill. And the leader's old office was also destroyed. But there were still some rooms that were intact for the most part. I was hiding in an old bedroom that was nicer than some of the others, almost like a luxury hotel room. I tried not to think about the original use of the room. I sat down on the dirty, dusty couch and opened my backpack to look at my loot. I had found a loaf of bread that had expired the day before. It wasn't a lot, but it was the cleanest thing I could find in the dumpster, and it would last for a few days if I was careful. My stomach growled warningly as I opened the bag to take the first slice of bread out. My brain was screaming at me to stuff it in my mouth and eat all of it at once. But I made myself take only the first slice and put the rest away. I had to make this last. I couldn't keep risking dumpster diving, but there was nothing else I could do. It was only a matter of time before police caught up to me. Or even worse, some former Demons trying to reorganize. But I was so exhausted, it was hard to keep caring. I curled up on the couch. There was a bed in the next room over, but I couldn't bring myself to sleep on it, not when I knew what most likely happened there night after night. I couldn't keep my eyes open. Now that I had something in my stomach, even though it wasn't enough, my exhaustion took over. My eyes fluttered closed. I could sleep, just for an hour or so, just enough to gain back some of my strength. But when I opened my eyes, I wasn't alone in the room. A huge man, dressed in jeans and a leather jacket, was staring down at me, and he didn't look happy.